What did you see that made you feel like something was off?
He went to jail right after 8th grade.
He told you that he was going to kill your family.
Like my grandmother, my mother, even my brother. And my mother said, over my dead body. That's exactly what happened.
Not getting a text was her first clue something was wrong.
William Balfour is in court today, accused of murdering Jennifer Hudson's family.
It can happen to anybody. That is the part that haunts you.
How do you explain the deaths to yourself?
I can't say that I have. I haven't been to the grave site since we buried them.
What can I do that I know they will be proud of?
She was a first witness in the trial of her former brother-in-law.
How was it to see him?
It made my skin crawl.
Jennifer Hudson broke down in court today, talking about her final moments with her family.
Am I supposed to find a positive in this?
The tragedy comes during what has been a year of triumph for the newly engaged Hudson.
My mother always taught us that without family, you have nothing.
I always had, a family that was full of support. And I always used to say, Mama, don't I have a famous sounding name? Listen, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer's mom believed in her when no one else did.
Your mom was the one who got you to audition for Idol.
The problem is, I don't think you're capable of doing anything better to have any chance at all of winning this competition.
And when I was eliminated from the show, I told them, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know where, but I will be back. I recall the producers laughing.
Jennifer was humiliated by their cruelty, but her mom wouldn't let her give up.
Like, yeah, you cry and you have your moment, and it's like, okay, because I still have my voice. It's not over.
And my mom, she encouraged that. She always just said, whatever makes you happy is what I want you to do.
And when she got a shot at her dream role, Jennifer fought for her chance.
Did you want that movie more than you wanted to win American Idol?
Oh, God, yeah.
And Fantasia Barrina, who won that year, she was also up for Dreamgirls.
There were a lot of people who wanted that job.
782 others.
And the Oscar goes to
Jennifer Hudson.
I'm so grateful to have my mother here celebrating with me. Thank you all for helping me keep the faith, even when I didn't believe.
But as Jennifer traveled the world living her dream, her family was facing a nightmare back home.
That is the part that haunts you. Like, I remember one time when William and he had an argument with my sister, and he told her, I'm gonna take Julian. And Julia went home and told my mother, and my mother said, over my dead body. That's exactly what happened.
At 3 p.m. on October 24th, 2008, Jennifer Hudson's older sister Julia walked into the Southside Chicago home she shared with her mother, brother, and son to find a grisly scene.
Just like that, Jennifer had lost her family.
My mother, even my brother. I can hear him saying to me, Jenny, knock it off. Like right now, my mama be fussing at me. Why you always crying? Stop crying.
Like, I can't even say it. And I feel like when I say it, then that's when I find myself being the most emotional. That's when you know it's real.
Saying the words, my family was murdered, makes it real. I would think sitting in that courtroom and hearing the testimony every day also made it real.
Yes.
Even in her devastation, Jennifer was determined to face William in court.
How was it to see him?
Oof. It made my skin crawl.
Yeah. She was a first witness in the trial of her former brother-in-law, charged in the 2008 murders of Hudson's mother, brother, and 7-year-old nephew.
It's almost like reliving it over and over again.
I remember to go home, sleep in the bed with her, probably end up in my sister's bed. Like, yeah. So I would have been home.
When she wasn't home, she said they would exchange daily text messages. Not getting a text the morning of October 24th, 2008, Hudson said was her first clue something was wrong.
Jennifer's testimony helped put her family's killer behind bars.
This past May, a jury found Balfour guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder.
I haven't been to the grave site since we buried them. But now I want to go because I feel like, okay, we've accomplished this, we've done this, we got justice for you. I can't come back here empty-handed. So I've came back with justice being served. So now I feel like I deserve to be able to see them.
But once her fight was over, Jennifer had nothing left to keep her going.
It's not easy to keep seeing.
I can't even get over, like, who do I grieve for first? And of course, I'm gonna think of my mother.
She's a very quiet woman. And now that she's gone, I hear her voice more and more every day. My mom used to say, Jenny, one of my favorite things about you is that no matter how negative things are, you always seem to find a positive. And I remember thinking in that moment, like, how am I supposed to find a positive in this? And so my sister and I started the Julian D. King Gift Foundation. And so we give back to unfortunate kids and make sure they have the school needs they need. And we also have a toy drive on the holiday season.
With the loss of one child, so many other children have become blessed.
And I do find that starting organizations, communities, foundations, things to prompt change can be healing.
The positive impact she was making even gave Jennifer a new perspective on the man who stole her family.
Have you forgiven him?
Yes. We tried to offer love, but you were so far gone, you couldn't even see that. Had you had the love that my mother gave us, or the background that, some have, then you would have stood a chance. So how can your heart not go out to that?
And when she became a mother herself, Jennifer carried on her mom's legacy with her son.
She was the perfect mother in every way. You can never fully understand the love that your parent have for you until you're a parent yourself.
That is so
and I'm
true.
like, wow, so now I understand, now I get it. And so I just try to, do as she did for us.
Jennifer's mom was her light in the darkness, and now Jennifer is doing the same for others.
You have been able to shine on, you've been able to honor their memory. Where did that strength come from in you?
I always go back to my mom. She used to always love to see us doing positive things. You know what I mean? So I think she'd be proud. Your parents, your family, your lost loved ones, they never really leave you.
And whether you know it or not, we all are family. And what happens with the other happens to us. So it's very important to make a difference.
No matter how negative things are, you always find the positive.